I was that kid born into the love of horses. It was in my soul, it was in my gut. I don't know what it was. I've been obsessed with them for as long as I can remember. I got my first horse around age 11. It was a Palomino quarter horse, really old mare. I've had several since then. To me, the barn is a safe place. It's a happy place. It's where I feel comfortable. I know I've said numerous times over and over again that Taz is the love of my life. I fully mean that. My kids are my everything. Nothing will ever replace Taz. Ever. And it's crazy that I've gone this long in my life having horses and owning horses and being involved in horses, and I've never felt a love like this. I've had a few horses in my life. In my childhood, I had a few. They were all auction horses, lame, arthritic, whatever. They were not prime picking horses. I did not show or compete as a child at all. I didn't even show or compete as a young adult. Quite honestly, I couldn't afford it. I had a gelding in my life. He was put down at the age of 6.5. It was a very traumatic experience for me. And at the time, he was my heart horse. And I love him and I miss him. His story ended too soon. That one. After I lost that gelding and I went through a really, really tough time, I actually didn't want anything to do with horses. My whole world kind of crashed. Within a few weeks, I had to have another horse. I bought a Palomino as a rebound mare. My goal eventually was to get another baby. And there's a whole lot to the story at that time, but basically what happened was my husband and I ended up deciding to try to have a baby of our own. We heard so many couples struggling and it didn't happen very quickly and they couldn't get pregnant. So we're like, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. I got pregnant right away. So then me having a baby horse went on the back burner. A couple years after the first one, we were like, hey, let's have another one. So then we had another one. And the horses just stayed on the back burner for a good decade. And then I got to the point where I was like, you know what? Maybe I should breed my Palomino, my rebound mare, after my gelding was put down. I spent 2 years looking for studs, saving money, because I was broke. I was saving money. I got her on the right supplements. She was properly vetted. I was ready to go. She had a knee injury we knew about. Vet had cleared her for breeding. What's really interesting here is I had found a filly in the fall that I wanted to purchase. My husband said, no, you are breeding Reba. You are not buying another horse. Put his foot down. He told me no. Following spring, a month before Reba is supposed to go to the stallion, she was lame. We took her back to the vet, redid x-rays, and the vet said, you can no longer breed her. Instead, you have to put her down. I was devastated because the universe was taking another horse from me. I went looking for that ad of that filly that I wanted to purchase the previous fall, and I found it. I contacted the seller. As I was talking to her and going over the pedigree, come to realize that that filly is the daughter of my Palomino mare's sister. I'm always crying on this app. So that filly was the closest thing that I was ever going to get to a baby out of my rebound Palomino mare. I hadn't seen her and I put down my deposit. And then fast forward a few years and the stallion that I wanted to breed my Palomino mare to showed up on Facebook. And I reached out to the appropriate people and I said, is he still standing at stud? Because he's quite an older stud. She responded and said, yes, he is. So I reached out to the stud owner again and I booked Ember to breed to DZ over you. And then I got Taz. I waited 13 years to get Taz. Taz is my replacement horse for the 6.5-year-old paint gelding I put down. To get back to answering your question, horses have completely changed my life. That paint gelding dying completely changed my life. And at the time, I thought it was for the worst. At the time, I thought it was a horrible situation. But now, fast forward all this time, and I have Taz. And all I can think of is how meant to be it was. Everything happens for a reason, and you should never question the universe. What is meant for you will be for you. And it's all part of your story.